from my vertical syndromes. Oh no. That's like, did you even realize there's a stop sign there? I don't even know why you stopped. That was fucking nice. Don't you feel me, boy? Don't you feel me? Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, you're close, man. You're close. Wrong white lines, though. Not the hash marks. Not the ooh, solid lines. Not the hash marks. That's all right. We'll get there. One of these days, we'll get there. We'll learn how to stop where we're supposed to stop. A little far, a little far, a little far. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's the car's fault. Okay? So it's not the person behind the car that kills people. It's the car that kills people. Fuck, you should know this from all the mass murders of guns. From guns. You know what I mean? I mean, how many shootings need to be taking place before you realize it's the car that's not stopping at the fucking white line? Yes, it is now. I restarted, so that whole buffering and bullshit. So those gentlemen that came up to me and bullshitted with me for a little bit. Good stop. Thanks, gentlemen. Yeah, I had to swipe down to find my own phone number, and for whatever reason, when I came back, it was all screwed up. It kept trying to reconnect and whatnot. So I figured I'd just stop it. I would get rid of the vertical syndrome, go horizontal for you, not me, for you, right? But yeah, no, it is live now. I'm only going to be doing this for maybe another 20 minutes or so at most. Until about 1-ish. Oh, here we go. Professional. You did so well when I was out here every day fucking watching you, lady. Yeah, mine is a little bit goofy today, too. It goes in spurts sometimes. She did really well when I was watching her, but now, because I'm not, she's not going to do well. Nice. Thank you, brother. Drive safe, my man. Yeah. Let's save that for a highlight. See the highlights. Oh, yeah. Save the highlights. Yeah. Great to see them, man. You know, I don't I have respect for them and what they do, even the police officers, you know, but it gets to a point to where when you start abusing that stuff, yeah, beyond the limit line. Good job. You know, I don't expect everyday citizens to stop where they're supposed to fucking stop, right? But our ambulances, our police officers, our fire department, our code enforcement, our semi-truck drivers, our fire truck, you know, all of them, they should be stopping where they're supposed to be stopping, right? Commercial license, all that jizzy jazz, Jeff stuff. No, it's good to see him do it, you know. But what it shouldn't be done, let this truck go by so I can hear myself talk. But when it shouldn't be done is when someone's watching you. You know what I mean? It should be done all the time. It should be a habit without thinking about it. We all have a commercial license when we get our driver's license. That's just it. My driver's license is a commercial driver's license. And that's the big problem we have here with travel, like I was talking about earlier. Yeah, I think mine's, what do you have? Like, isn't Class A higher than a Class C? Class C is like what everybody gets as a Class C driver's license. And then depending on your weights and materials that you haul, that will depend on what kind of license you have after that too, if I remember correctly. It's where you get into your CDL and your hazardous permits and all that other shit. But if I remember right, I think Class C is like your lowest. 10-wheeler, okay. All right, so that's why yours is an A, correct then? Because yours is higher up the ladder as far as requirements and training and understanding of laws and mishaps and all that other sort of stuff, right? What have we got here? Oh, no text. Okay. Just waiting for my mom to text me for help. Air brakes? Okay. All right. Do you have a lot of I know like here, you know, going in certain places, like we have air brake laws or engine braking. You know, you can't use them in certain situations. Or I guess it's the engine braking is the main thing that they don't allow. Which doesn't really make sense to me, because that's going to be one of your better ways to overall mitigate runaway, in my opinion, because you're using your engine to help slow you down rather than your brakes. And most people, you know, they don't pump their brakes, they just fucking push on their brakes and keep them down until they stop. So you're creating a constant friction, which eventually heats it up enough to the point that you will fucking weld your brake to your rotor. All right. Yeah, you know, when we get into the traffic and the traveling and the commercial driving and all that stuff, it really starts to change, and it gets pretty fucking stressful driving in big cities, man. Right? Yeah, I know I've seen both signs, but it seems like the engine brake thing is I don't know, I guess what I've seen is more, it seems like. I know I've seen more air brake stuff too, though, here. Which I really don't understand why. Is it just because of the noise factor? I've never looked into actually how the whole air brake thing works with it. You know, I know on like my boss's last vehicle, he had one where you would actually use the turbo too to slow you down. The spooling of that because of the exhaust and whatnot. So it's kind of like an engine brake. Right, no, they're actually pretty cool to listen to. I love the sound of them, the way they whistle and whatnot when you're fucking slowing down. But I know he had... Let this guy go by. I know the first one he had, it wound up going bad on him because the engagement button for it was always turned on. And so, like, sitting there idling, if that was on, it wound up ruining the bearings and shit in the turbo thing, which really doesn't make sense to me. Exhaust brakes, yeah, exhaust brakes I would assume would be extremely loud, depending on how that's piped. And that's why I was curious, you know, because your turbos are hooked into your exhaust, right? You use your exhaust to kick in the turbo, and then that winds up spooling up more and pulls in more air, and, you know, symbiotic relationship thing. So I kind of figured the exhaust brakes, air brakes, all that would be somewhat similar in concept, at least anyways. Like I said, I've never looked into the air brakes and how they function and whatnot, but yeah, hauling extra equipment like that, I mean, that's funny. with all the technology and all the buttons and everything else, yeah, most of the shit on vehicles you find accidentally, I think, anymore. I mean, there's stuff on my 94 that I didn't know about until I got into forums, you know, like, you know, turning your key to a certain thing and pressing your gas pedal so many times real quick will get you into like a service type mode where you can see codes and shit without having a fucking code reader. And that was that's a 94. And here we are 30 years later. You know, you can't even work on your vehicles anymore because there's so much shit now hooked up to them. Yep. That's what I start doing. on like different applications and phone and equipment and stuff you get. You're like, what the fuck's this? Like, I don't know. It's there for a reason. Push it, man. See what it does. If it doesn't sound good, shut it off real quick. Yeah. Nice. It reminds me of Cars, the first one. What did he say? I'm not a Mac, I'm a Peterbilt. Fuck, dude. The big trucks, they're amazing, man. All of it's really amazing when you think about it, you know? Even the little piece of shit Pinto, they're fucking amazing. You know? If I had to choose between walking and a Pinto, you give me the Pinto, my friend. Give me the Pinto. I'll ride that bean all day long. I don't know, it's been interesting talking with people lately, you know. I've been watching a couple of the videos lately because now what I'm seeing is a different type of rhetoric, okay? You know, it's always been wake up, right? Some people don't like hearing that, but you know what? It is the truth. You gotta wake up. You gotta get up, stand up. Yeah, the DEF fluid. That and I've seen people that do the DEF deletes on it. You know, that's part of the whole emissions. That's part of the ester control and all that shit. So the DEF, this is another big thing with that 24-day diesel shortage thing. Okay, and I know I talked about this before. The DEF, right? So one tanker, thank you. One tanker on a rail car, right, of DEF fluid, wow, allows a semi-truck driver to go over 3 million miles because of the way the DEF ratio works out. So, you know, if they're planning on taking one tanker a day out of the system of DEF fluid, then you're taking one trucker. Yeah, I didn't like the other stream after I had talked to those gentlemen, so I decided to restart in a horizontal mode for your viewing pleasure. But if you take one of those tankers away a day, you're getting rid of a semi truck for what? How many thousands of miles a year? Yeah, California is really bad with their fucking emissions. You know, we buy shit up here in Montana where we have few emission regulations, but yet everything has those stupid California fucking stickers on them. You know, what doesn't cause cancer? Does California know? Is there anything that doesn't cause cancer? I mean, I would assume at this point, even the bottled water would have a fucking cancer label on it for California. Well, another one that passes Travis going with flying colors. These flying colors. Holy shit. Wow. And you're into what? So that 2017, I'm assuming that probably, I mean, just the lowball, don't get mad and think I'm fucking putting you down, but what, that 2017 Peterbilt probably cost you what? I'm gonna say 300 to 500,000, if not double that. And then you gotta drop, you know, to maintain that DEF system, that much fucking money, any maintenance, any fuel. I mean, you're talking, you know, a million plus investment for a semi. You know, just at bare minimum to get it dirt cheap, and then for the life of that semi to run it and operate it, you're probably talking at least the bare minimum per fucking truck. You know, and if you got a 10 truck fleet, 15 truck fleet, I could only imagine the fucking money per year. that it costs to run those. Because you got to pay the fuel, the mechanics. Oh, you think I got it wrong? Come here and talk then. Come on, buddy. Come stand by me and talk. Fucking pussy. Let's put that on a highlight. You got it all wrong, buddy. Really? So you tell me, that's wrong? Me loving you is wrong? No war? No war is wrong? Are you kidding me? You don't think the farmers should unite? You think that's wrong, that the farmers should get together? You think it's wrong that we should stop war and quit the genocide? You think it's wrong that you should stop at the fucking white line? You dumb motherfucker. You're a dummy. You haven't learned nothing in your fucking 60, 70 years of life, you dumb shit. You don't know about that? You think that's wrong? Wow. You are a dumb old motherfucker. Maybe you should have been put in the nursing home during fucking lockdowns. You think that's wrong? You think that's wrong to tell the CDC to fuck off when they want to put experimental vaccines on our fucking children and make it mandatory? You think it's wrong that I tell you to come talk to me and not about me? You can drive by and you can tell me it's wrong, but you can't come out here and talk to me. What's wrong with you? You're wrong. You're the reason why we're in this fucking situation, because you're too much of a fucking pussy to come out here and tell me why I'm wrong. Other than the fact that you don't like it. Get out here. Tell me. Prove me fucking wrong, old man. Prove me wrong, old man. Teach this young buck what it's all about. Show me the does. Huh? Show me the does. Other than that, go fuck yourself. You're the one that's got it wrong. Jeez. Yeah, brother, do what you gotta do, my man. You know that always and forever, man. Take care of yourself first. Take care of your own. And then we worry about taking care of others, right? Oh, that sort of shit just, that's fucking dumb. You know, yeah, I try to look at it as to be nice and get everybody respect, and, you know, let's not put each other down. But at a certain point, you know what, you deserve what's fucking coming. We all deserve what's coming. So what's the point of trying to pretend to be nice and pretend that this shit ain't happening no more? You know? So you want to open your mouth, open your fucking mouth. Just expect to get an earful of your own shit coming out of your mouth. That's really simple. Another fucking keyboard warrior from behind the steering wheel. Keep on driving, my man. You got it all wrong. It's so funny. Fucking A. Got he's the one vote that made the 81 million votes count. If it wasn't for that one vote, it would have been 799 million or whatever, 79,999,999. But because of him, he broke the mold. He gave us our 81 million. Or I guess 80 million, sorry. My math is not good right now. I've been studying Common Core lately, so sorry about math. We're going to do 7.9 to the 10th power of 25. And that's how many jobs we have created. No, I'm not keeping score either. There's no point in keeping score. That's just another fucking division tactic. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not forgetting all the wrongs that were done to all of us, regardless of whether or not they affected me or not. You know, that's a different type of score, in my opinion. But Yeah, that's just, that's dumb. That's like the old lady fucking hollering at me with her fucking windows rolled up in her car as she drives by. I can't hear you. What do you think? Telling me I'm wrong is proving that I'm wrong? I don't know what else to do, brother. I don't know how else to go about it. I mean, I could sit out here and tell everybody to fuck off. I've already told them they sold out. I told the commies to fuck off. Let everybody know that I'm doing this because, yeah, it does. It does make them feel better. Yeah, for sure. I think that's a big reason why they do it. Yeah, fuck off, fucking loser commies. Most definitely. And hopefully they snap out of it and they get out of their commie brainwashing. Because it is a sickness, it is a disease that's running rampant right now. And again, and yes, exactly, yep, that too, without a doubt. And here's the thing, as much as it pisses me off that he'll drive by and he'll do that shit, okay, still good for him. Good for him for hollering out his window and speaking his mind. That's what I want, okay? I want those little things like that. But, mister, quit being an old fucking pussy and get out here and talk to me. And tell me why I'm wrong rather than driving by and saying I'm wrong, okay? Let's take it to that next level, all right? That's where we need to start making those improvements and moving along with shit. So, good on him for hollering out like that, but take it to that next level, okay? Yes, and what did we see? What was that stupid fucking Amnesty article from Emily? Oh, Emily, how have you fucked up, you dumb little bitch? Yeah, grow the fuck up, man, old man. You've been alive long enough to see all the atrocities in the world and know that this shit is fucking wrong, okay? That's a big part of this too. Oh, see if we can get her to stay. All right, cool. Hands-free device right now. Yeah, we need to get over the petty little shit right now. And get to the point to where we can start coming together and talking and be like, and I'm gonna push this really hard because I really do think this is one of the biggest issues is that, if we're not gonna look after our homeless and our veterans and those that have, let's just say, mental issues, okay, regardless of what those mental issues are, all right, we need to, and I get it, people are like, it's their own fucking fault, they made that situation themselves, that whatever, that's fine. Did we create the situation in Ukraine, but we got to pay for it? I didn't have anything to do with it, so why do I have to pay for it? Well, we didn't have anything to do with that bomb, but yet you're not going to do anything, but you want to help people over here in another country? What about helping the people here in your own fucking town, in your own city, your own community, your own family, your own friends? If we can't do that, what makes you think we're going to make a difference sending a shitload of money to another fucking country? Yep, exactly. Yeah. And it's a very dangerous game right now. Because when you have let's just put it this way, a fucking piece of shit over in Ukraine running that country, turning around and buying property and home here, millions of dollars. It seems to be that way. I don't know. Yeah. And I think a lot of those people, the homeless, the crazies, whatnot, some of them, yes, have gotten into chemical imbalances through drugs and whatnot that do affect them. But what got them to that point? You know what I mean? Is it the simple fact that they are tired of fucking society and they're tired of the way things are going and don't want to be a part of it anymore? Is it because they don't know how to work? I doubt that. But like I say, some of them, yes, they might have gotten caught up in drugs or you know, alcohol or whatever else the case may be. Bad situations, you know, to where maybe they peed outside and now they're considered a fucking sexual predator and they can't find a job because we changed the rules of the law, the requirements, what's accepted, how many vaccines you need to have to be considered fully vaccinated. Yeah. Yes. Even just being alone, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You can have a job, you can have a home or a house. Home's different than a house. So you can have your job, you can have your house, but that loneliness. Fuck. That loneliness is enough to cause mental instability. And that's because you start questioning who you are, why you're here, are you loved, you know, what's the point of all this stuff? And so slowly over time, more and more and more, and then all this pressure of, fuck man, I'm not making enough money, to buy food, I'm not making enough money to pay my rent, I don't have enough money for gas. That just keeps fucking tearing at you and eating you apart to the point to where you do become mentally unstable, mentally ill. Yes, exactly. Yeah, war has nothing to do with who is right. You know, the winners write history, so they make themselves look good, and you know, so what if everybody fucking suffers? It is very understated. Yep. Very, very understated. And to me, it's not necessarily the size of the house, okay? But it's the fact that it's your own. You know what I mean? Look at some of the people in the bigger cities, you know, living in little pods, you know? I'm sure they're happy as clams living in a little pod. Even though they don't fucking really own anything, but they get to go out and do what they want to do. Yeah, no, I can go a long time being alone too. But I think overall, as far as what we are as humanity and as species and whatnot, we're very social creatures. So overall, you know, the lockdowns, the isolation, that is torture. You know, no contact torture. That's a real thing. That was part of that's part of thought reform and manipulation. Yep. Yeah, and that's why you see, you know, some of the smaller fighters are some of the best fighters, like in boxing and whatnot, you know, because they have that heart. Versus somebody that's big and thinks, oh, I'm a big boy, I can handle whatever comes at me. No, you can't. None of us can handle whatever comes at us. Together, yes, we can handle whatever comes at us, but eventually life gets us in the end. I mean, we're all born, we all die, so sooner or later something's gonna get you. But you know, all the other shit, you can't fucking do it alone. As much as we would like to and think we can, we need help from each other. We need that cooperation. We need that understanding. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm really worried about my oldest boy. He wants to go be a firefighter, and he's in college right now. And with the whole CDC recommendation, you know, for the 2023 school year, you know, technically when you think about it, this year is the 23 school year, 22-23. So they're talking about recommending it for the second half of the semester. That's my opinion. And that's for the young children and the adults that are going to school. Okay? And with my boy wanting to be a firefighter, well, we know about the nurses and the doctors and the police and the military and the firefighters and all that stuff, how that's their thing, right? And that is one of my biggest fears, is having my oldest boy get jabbed because somebody else said so and he didn't want to listen to me. Yeah, and the repercussions that he's going to face because of that. Being that, for one, they are such big boys, height-wise, that they already have stress on their heart. So now you add that possibility into play. You want to talk about the possibility of rage, then yeah. If not, son, and if you ever listen to this, son, do not fucking take that jab. Never ever take that fucking jab. Tell them to go fuck themselves. We'll win the lottery. We'll start our own fucking fire department. How about that? It's uncalled for. It's way past time that we end this shit. We should have ended this shit as soon as we came out of fucking lockdowns. And now I gotta deal with another 4 years of school, 8 years of school possibly for my youngest. And fucking mandates? No. How's it going, bro? You know, that shit I'm not gonna fucking put up with. That's something no parent, father, mother, or child should have to even think about or risk their life for, when so many others haven't taken it and are just fine. To save one life, my ass. I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting what's gonna happen in a week's time. And after that, it's gonna become even more interesting and more stressful for everybody. This shit could fucking drag out for years. It might never fucking get resolved. Who knows? At this rate, with what's going on and the possibilities, who knows how many are going to be left on this planet in a year, in 2 years, in 10 years from now. Who knows? But what I do know is if we don't do anything right now, there is a huge, huge possibility that most of us right now will not be around in 10 years. Those that will be left will probably be military, those that control the military, and the young children, to bring in a new modified future. Designer drugs, designer babies, designer society. How far do you want to let it go? How much do you want to depend on technology? How happy are you working 40 plus hours a week for jack fucking shit? And in the end, you still don't own a fucking thing. You don't own your vehicle. because you registered it. You don't own your home because they can take it away if you don't pay property taxes. And now we're getting to the point that if you don't have health insurance, you could be arrested and you could be fucking put in jail. So if I don't have, here's the thing with the state of Montana, if I don't have insurance on my vehicle and someone T-bones me at an intersection, not my fault, they ran a red light, they were speeding, doing 100 miles an hour, and they T-boned me. Because I didn't have insurance, I pay. Not the person who was at fault, I pay. It's a no-fault state. So go ahead. Get all fucked up, do 100 fucking miles an hour down the road, blow stop signs, blow fucking intersections and stoplights, and hopefully the person that you run into doesn't have insurance. So you're not at fault. And then go figure out how to get fucking paid. Go figure out how to live the rest of your life if you don't have insurance. Because you'll pay for it the rest of your life. And if you wanted to bug out and move to the mountains, well, good luck with that. Because they won't allow that fucking shit either. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The only thing you have to do is stand up or take a fucking knee. Comply or die. I ain't complying. So come fucking get me, you commie motherfuckers. I'll be ready. I'll be waiting. Bring your fucking little army with you. Make sure you got enough per person. We'll get it done and over with. Because this world's fucking shit. It ain't gonna get any better until we all stand up. Okay? So quit your fucking bitching. Quit complaining that people need to stand up. People need to do something. There are people standing up and doing something. But you're gonna have to get to a point where you have to decide yourself. When is enough enough? And you better make sure when you come to that fucking decision and you are ready to stand up, that you have enough shit to support yourself. Okay? That means you better have your socks and shoes, and you better have your food, and you better have your own armament and equipment to take care of yourself for a short extended time before you have to rely on others to help support you and keep you alive. Because if you're going to come into this thinking that it's all going to end in a short amount of time and you don't need to bring anything to the party, no, this is a BYOB, motherfuckers. Bring your own beer to this party, okay? Because we're not supplying the beer for you. We can work together to make beer. But we all need to bring our own to the party, okay? And this party's gonna be a fucking rave like no other. Oh, fuck you too. Come on, come give me some. Come give me some, Grandma. Oh, yeah, the good finger, baby. Oh, baby love me long time. Oh, Granny don't like the finger back in the face. Oh, no. She tap on the window like a little birdie. Yeah, a little peacock. She want a little peacock. Yeah. Tap, tap on the window. Poor Grandma. That's sad. Oh, poor lady. No, not too much. This is about right. Like lukewarm. Like Happy Gilmore. Nice warm glass of milk. Fuck. That's too funny. No, not too much, just a tiny little bit. Shit, man. See, and that's the beauty of it, is I don't have to stand out here and I don't have to holler at people. And really, I don't even have to wave the flag at people to get them mad and angry and flipping me off and telling me I'm wrong. You know, you gotta put a few signs out in your yard. Holy fuck, man. That's so funny. Is it because I'm out here at the park? Or is it because I'm speaking out? Or is it because I have a middle finger on telling the CDC to fuck off? What exactly is it that makes you so mad that every time you drive by me, you're gonna shake your head, you're gonna tell me I'm wrong, and you're gonna flip me off? What part about all this is it? I don't quite understand it. I'm assuming it's because I told the CDC to fuck off, and you're like on your 4th or 5th fucking addiction shot right now. I'm assuming that's what that's about. I'm really surprised she didn't have a fucking like 3 N95s over her eyeballs to keep herself from seeing the evil. Fucking she probably gets so mad if she come out of her car to flip me off. She'd probably fall out of her fucking car and break a hip. And then, oh fuck, would I be in trouble because she got out to yell at me and she broke her hip. Is that how we could spin that? I'd say get the news station out here, but you know the news station ain't gonna want to fucking come out here. I'd say get the mayor out here, but the mayor's proven time and time again that they don't want to have anything to do with this. Not 2 years ago, not now. And most of the people I've proven, they don't want anything to do with this. Great, yes, wave, thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you for the honks. But that's not what this is about. Stand by me. Get out here. Let's talk. Let's figure this out. Let's quit being afraid. Yeah, it's gonna be a while, isn't it? It's gonna be a little while. That's insecure, yeah. Weak-minded in the fact that they don't have the knowledge, and that leads to the insecurity, for sure. How about fuck your fear? Have a big dick and it's just fuck your fears on it. And the A could look like a big vagina. that might be a little too much. It sure would fucking be funny though to put it out here. Wear it like a fucking Halloween costume. A big old condom. Running into a big sign that says fear. Just keep fucking banging my head on it. Bang, bang. Fuck. I would go home with such a headache. Oh man. That would be pretty funny though. There's a bunch of people running around with big condoms on, fucking running into a sign that says fear. Yeah, face everything and rise. Fucking A. Oh, man. That's funny shit. Yeah. Love that sound. Look at that. It's a rail link. So y'all know we got possibility of the rail strike still on, right? What do they have till towards the end of December now? Some stupid shit. What, another fucking 30-day cool-off period? Whatever it is. Saw that guy brought up again the other day. Of course we know that's coming. It's all timing, right? Yeah. All timing, all around the same time. Isn't that fucking such a coinky dinky? So I haven't been to the grocery store in a while. I thought about going just to see what it looks like. You know, every now and then I'll listen to Southern Prepper and his Boots on the Ground. You know, and some of the other places like Poplar and yeah, you know, they keep up a little bit on that shit. So I'm kind of curious as to what's going on in my area too. You know, because I've seen the spottiness and the shortages for a long time now. And of course, you know, we've seen how years ago they started slowly making packages smaller, and they started making the plastics and the cans thinner, and they started cutting back on their production stuff. You know, so this isn't new. Yeah, yeah, it is getting bad. I don't watch him every day with his boots on the ground, and even when I do watch him, I don't watch all of it, you know, because it's, to me, it's confirmation, really, as to what we already thought was going to happen and what we do realize is probably happening. So, you know, that stuff, like I say, live your life, don't dwell on shit. So those things like that, it's like, okay, I see it, yep, it's true. I don't need to listen to everybody's story, but I do appreciate him. Heels in the air, brother. Heels in the fucking air. Keep that up. Keep the boots on the ground going. Let me go back here. Yeah, unions, what are they talking about? Doing fucking unions for Starbucks. Stupid, yeah, we could all do fucking unions, right? Yeah, union. Aren't we supposed to be a union? United States? Yeah, it's dumb. If you get a chance, go look at the very first video I did on this channel. I tried to do like a little fucking motorcycle compilation and worked on like video production stuff. Spent a little bit of time on it. I like it. It came out kind of cool. I haven't watched it in a long time, but yeah, me riding my fucking crotch rocket. Yeah, it is extortion. Big time extortion. You know, to me, that always seemed fucked up, that you can buy a house, you can spend all this money, but if you don't continue to pay property taxes, they can take it away from you even after you've paid it off. That's not free. I don't own anything. When it comes down to it, I don't own the house then, if that's the case. You know, if you don't register your car every year, you can't drive it if you don't pay those taxes, right? Post a link to that NFF. I'm not sure I've watched any of that from them before. I don't know, it's kind of nice to be out here live streaming again. I didn't really want to come out here today. Didn't really have the motivation, but you know, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. Come out here for a couple hours, and then I'll go help my mom out. And then I'll go home, and I'll, you know, do my thing. 42 USC 1983. All right, I'll look that one up when I'm done here. There's a lot in U.S. codes, and that's the thing, you know, you look at, okay, So we have our amendment, we have our Bill of Rights, then we get into U.S. codes, and then we get into traffic codes, and we get into civil codes, and we get into all this shit. There's fucking laws and laws and laws and laws. No, that's fine, man. No worries. No worries. I just thought if you had the capability to post a link on it here. Because I know, like, when other people on live streams will post links to other channels, I can go to that channel real quick, subscribe, and then come back and finish watching live. Where most of the time I don't go back and I don't go through my lives and do comments and all that stuff. Yeah. Codes, statutes, policies. It's just FNF. Okay. I'll look it up. I'll find it. I thought the FNF was like short for something else, you know, like VRB or JK, that sort of stuff, you know. But yeah, all that shit, you know, it's, you look at the Constitution and amendments and stuff, and yep, ordinances. That's what the other one I was thinking of was ordinances. You look, for the most part, you look at the Constitution and the amendments. For the most part, it says what the government cannot do. But then you get into all that other stuff, and then it's, okay, this is what you can't do, you can't do, you can't do, you can't do, you the people can't do. So you subvert the Constitution, the amendments, by policies and ordinances and statutes and codes, right? Instead of setting them up to hold the officials in government, elected or not, accountable for their shit. Nope, instead we make laws to make people guilty before proven innocent. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a senator. And very rarely do I practice proctology. Okay, FNF Entertainment. All right, cool. Yeah, I love watching that shit. I was really big into watching the motorcycle guys for a while. You know, especially when I was just getting back into riding and stuff. Oh my, stop sign. There you go, big guy. There you go. I know it's an interesting conversation, but you still gotta stop, my man. There you go, little love bug. Our little love bugs. Herbie, I miss the Herbie fucking movies, man. Those are great. I love those growing up. Fucking little bug. Drive bugs, don't eat them. Okay, people? Drive bugs, don't eat them. Have you seen where they, is it Brazil that came out with the cyborg cockroach? I think that was a day or two ago. Nice, thank you, Red. I think that was a day or two ago that the news article came out, and I think it was Brazil or Argentina, one of the two. White lines matter every day, brother. Every day. I got it here. Yep. I'm not flagging people down. I'm not accosting them for it. But yeah, every day, man. Every day I'm out here, white lines matter. Because that's something that we can all take part in, regardless of what we believe in and who we are. That's something, you know, left, right, fucking binary, non-binary, it doesn't matter. We should all be stopping at that first white line right there. Okay, that's something we can all do, and that's something that we should all not disagree on, right? And it seems to me that's a very basic thing, you know. This is societal behaviors, okay? If we set up our rules and regulations and laws, and we expect our politicians and our police departments and everybody else to follow them, okay, then we should all be following that white line. And if we can't do that, then we have no reason to bitch about all the other fucking stuff that's going on in this world. Okay, so if we can start with the small things that all of us can make a difference in. Yeah, especially around schools, especially at nighttime, at different times of the days. I mean, I understand. I get the whole roll and go, and I get that. But, make the effort. Make the effort to stop there. So in case you don't see somebody, you're already trying to stop at that point. Because even the other day, I try to do it every time, and even the other day I stopped there and went to go, and I didn't see the bicyclist that was getting ready to blow through the fucking street. Yes, schools have become indoctrination camps, and it's become very scary with some of the teachers that they allow now into the schools and the shit that they get away with teaching, and that happens pretty much kind of behind people's backs. They do lock the students in with fear. It's just like asking my boy at the beginning of a lot of this shit. I said, do you know why gas prices are so high? Oh, Putin's war. No, my son. It's not Putin's war, buddy. We can protect them, and we should be protecting them. And that's a big part of this problem that we have going on right now. When you have mothers and fathers arguing and fighting against each other on how to keep our children safe, and then we send them off to school, and we have issues with what's being taught in our schools, and then when we try to speak up at meetings which are meant to improve our schooling, now mothers and fathers are being listed as domestic terrorists. That's a huge fucking problem. So I think if we can resolve the whole issue with the mental illness, our homeless, our vets, the drug problem, which really doesn't take much to resolve that fucking issue. I personally think we could have most of that fucking resolved within a week with issues, and taking care of majority of that problem. Then the next big thing on that is our education, knowing really what's going on, and it's not just the education in the schools, it's the education with all this shit, all that shit up in the air, what our politicians doing, the war, the manipulation and all that, Holy fuck, that's cute. That's really cute. She probably... Now, I hate to ask this, but was it a white transgender doll, or was it a black transgender doll? Because I'm just a little curious as to the size of the genitalia. I mean, I would hope it was a little white penis transgender doll. Oh man, oh jeez. So was it never mind. Fucking never mind. I'll leave it at that, man. That's that's so bad. Holy fuck, dude. Oh my gosh. NBC, is NBC the one with Frank, right? He's the one that has like 6 or 7 different channels, right? But if that's the one I'm thinking of, he's funny as fuck, man. Oh my god, dude. Oh yeah, I love Frank. He's awesome, man. It sucks because some of those channels where like who was it I left a comment on today? Holy fuck, I don't even remember right now. It doesn't really matter. But you know, very, very similar views as to what I have as to what's going on and all that, right? And this is the big thing. This is where they keep us divided. You know, I make a comment on their channel, you know, 3 little emojis, peace, love, stay strong, and it posts, and then when you refresh it, it's fucking gone. It's nowhere to be found, like you never even existed. And when you look at the other comments and stuff, it's not like you're being, or everybody is being approved for comments, you know? The comments are being posted right away. But the algorithms are what are fucking, oh yeah, dude, wow, that's so funny. You know what, oh man, right, yeah, I'm sorry, I'll try to keep it inside. I'll laugh on my internals. Oh, dude. I don't know. It's ridiculous, you know, when you start making dolls like that. I mean, I get there's going to be, because of nature and biology and whatnot, you're going to have those instances where you do have people that are caught in between, right? But that doesn't mean that they don't have the respect of society or deserve the rights of others, and it sure as fuck doesn't mean that they deserve more rights than others, but to turn around and use them as a weapon of war and to manipulate the children to where they you know, mutilate themselves to the point to where there's no coming back from that. Once you start doing that to yourself, there's no fixing it. And how many testimonies have we seen lately of people that regret what they've done in their transitioning? Later, fucking come on! What the fuck? What the fuck, man? Jeez, that was wrong. You know, so the attack on our children, the attack on our sexuality, the attack on our race, I mean, what is it that they have not attacked? I mean, fuck, squirrels are at fault for causing power outages. The squirrels can't even get their own nuts. Yeah, exactly. Transition fucking this. I think it's a big fucking shame, because first of all, you are fucking with their hormones, and regardless of whether or not they're caught in between their sexes, okay, physically, their body is still producing hormones and all those things that they need to develop properly as a body, all right? So in my personal opinion, if you want to transition, you should wait till later in life, until you're, you know, in some cases, most women are done growing early. Most men might continue to grow into their 20s, okay? So take that into consideration. And really, if you're going to transition, all the power to you, but wait until you're old enough, till your body has mostly developed, and then go through that transition so you don't fuck your shit up. Okay, because you're going to mess with your body, you're going to mess with your mind, and it might be something that you regret completely. And, you know, I'm 40 some fucking years old, and I'm still not mature enough mentally, okay? So I can only imagine the incapability of my thought process at fucking 13 to say, oh, I want to be a girl. No. That's not right. Who are you hurting? Are you hurting yourself? Are you in pain physically? If you're in pain physically, that's another thing, okay? If you're in between sexuality, physicality is causing you pain, then that's another story. If it's a mental thing, well, then you need to look at those that are around you and what they're saying to you and how they support you, okay? Because I doubt you're just gonna walk around and be like, hey, yeah, I'm new at school, I've got a dick and a fucking vagina. Yes, I do fuck myself. So you don't have to tell me to go fuck myself, okay? People aren't gonna do that. Growing up, I didn't know of anybody that was a transgender or a transvestite or whatever terminology you want to call it, okay? We didn't even know, really, we didn't talk about people being gay. It didn't really matter. Yeah, we made our gay jokes. That's what you do. No, they shouldn't be. And I think the true trans people that get it, the true that are caught in between, they do get it. No, it definitely wasn't a thing growing up. And that's just it. You know, why now? Why bring up all this stuff now? To divide people more? That's really the only reason, in my opinion. You know, and you get these people, oh, you know, fight for our rights. You had the fucking rights already. That's just it. You know, so I think parents really need to start considering what the fuck it is that they're thinking about in their life, what they find important, what they're listening to, how they want to influence their children. Because I can only imagine, you know, some of the high school children that drive by here and want to flip me off and holler at me and then pretend like they're going to throw shit at me. I could only imagine what they learn at home, what they're taught, what they think. You know, and that might only come from one parent, you know, the father or the mother. It might not even come from the father or the mother. It might come from the social media that they're around, or the friends that they hang out with. You know, it might have nothing to do with the parents whatsoever. So it's very, to me, it's very tough just to say, oh, well, this is the one problem, this is how we're going to fix everything. It's not that way. You know what I mean? When you can't figure out on your own what it is that is really affecting you and bothering you, how do you expect some of these younger children to figure out what it is that exactly is affecting them and bothering them? I mean, dude, I do. Biscuits and gravy, one of my favorite. I love a good biscuit and gravy. But I'll eat whatever, man. Yeah, I got some flour I gotta start doing. I don't know, I mean, you know, maybe I'm naive to a lot of this stuff because of where I live. You know what I mean? I didn't, where I'm at, we're not exposed to that sort of stuff. But I do notice, you know, when I was younger and I went to the big cities like San Francisco and Long Beach and Miami and different places like that, Seattle, you do see that stuff back then to an extent. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was out in the open in your face, but it was still there. But not like it is today. Not where it has to be on social media. It has to be on the news. It has to be, you know, a main focus in TikTok videos. I mean, come on now. That's, to me, that's disgraceful to those people. You know, and I'd give a fuck less if you're caught in between sexes. Because like I said, I understand that shit fucking happens. That's nature. You know, it's just like Siamese twins, or, you know, I was born with a birth defect. You know, I couldn't do anything about my birth defect, but I was fucking born with it. I live with it. I deal with it. I've had people make fun of me because of it. I'm limited to, you know, a few things that I can't do. But, you know, there was a time when I was younger And I went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, hey, we want to send you to the Shriners out in Washington. Well, why is that? So we can break your leg and we can straighten your shin out so your shin's not bowed. Okay? But there's a problem with that. After we do that and it heals, you could slide into second base and you could break your leg. Well, that doesn't sound like a good trade-off. Okay, what else? What's the other benefit of you breaking and straightening my leg other than, me potentially fucking busting again, sliding it into a base? Really nothing other than your leg's gonna be straight. It's gonna look straight. So am I going to be able to build muscle in my calf again? No. You got about 90% dead muscle in your calf, so no, that's not going to help. It's just going to make it look straight. So wait a second. You want me to make a trip hundreds of miles away so you can break my fucking leg, put me in a cast, and that's my benefit? So it looks straight? That's why? For other people? Why, you afraid of the way my leg looks? Am I hurting anybody? No, I'm not. So to me, it's sort of the same kind of concept, If it's not, it doesn't cause me any pain. It's not hurting anybody. Why would I want to go through that? Maybe later on in life. Yeah, I might, if some new technology comes about or some other shit. But right now, there's no point. There was no point back then. The only thing it would have done is made other people money. And cost us to spend money. Stupid. It's snake oil shit, sort of thing. So I don't know. It's hard because you can talk about that sort of scenario, and you could talk about it at a few different perspectives of it, and that's what makes all of this so tough, as to trying to figure out what to do. How do we go about it? How do we fix this? And a lot of people, we don't know. I don't know how to go about fixing all this, but I do know I'm tired of it. And I do know that I'm not going to sit here and fucking comply. And I do know that when it comes down to it, yeah, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to defend my family, my neighbors, my friends, strangers that I don't fucking know, even people that flip me off driving by here. I will defend you when it comes down to it, okay? But if you do me wrong, this is going to be a completely different fucking scenario, okay? That defense turns into something else. All right? So if you don't know what's going on, then don't assume you know what's going on and lash out at people and attack them for their thoughts and beliefs. And even if you do think you know what's going on, if I'm not causing you harm or anybody else harm or promoting violence and harm, then what's the problem with me speaking my mind, wanting you to come out here and talk with me? So maybe you can teach me something. Maybe you can change my point of view. Fucking high noon. I'm not out here at midnight. I'm not running around in all black fucking burning towns down and tearing statues apart. We're out here at high noon. Just like back in the old days. Showdown. Showdown at high noon. Why hide? There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to go. And what do we have? The Central bank of digital currency being implemented on the 13th of December. Isn't that funny how the banking system now wants to update everybody's fucking life insurance? Isn't that cute? So, a little unproven anecdotal story from the mind of the crazy man on the corner. Let's make this a scenario, okay? Let's just say that we're going to implement a one world currency, okay? No, I should only have one. The other two were a test, and for whatever reason, those things got fucked up. I was trying to go through Streamlabs. So I'm not really sure how to stop those things and finish that shit. I tried closing all my apps because I did it through my phone. So the only thing I think I can do now is I'm actually going to have to disconnect Streamlabs from YouTube and then remerge the two again, because the first stream I started streaming, it didn't show any time counter. I went to end it, it wouldn't fucking end it, wouldn't end it, and then eventually it did. So I started another stream, and I actually disconnected YouTube from Streamlabs, reconnected it, started another stream, then it showed the counter. I did it for a short amount of time, stopped it, and then went to check YouTube, and it didn't show up properly. And then when I looked at it, it showed both of them being fucking live. So I don't really know what the hell's going on with that stupid shit. But yeah, the only thing I can think of do to get those to stop is disconnect Streamlabs from YouTube, and hopefully that will. But no, I'm not streaming those two, because I did everything on this phone. Yeah, I know it says they're still live. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. It's retarded. I don't get it. And I forget what I was even fucking talking about before I started going back to that. Prism? Okay. I'll look at that, dude. Because I do everything pretty much on my phone. So, yeah, I don't know. It's... It's really tough to deal with this, though. The bank, yeah, the central bank of digital currency going into effect the 13th. Yeah, no, don't be sorry. I derailed myself, brother. Yeah, so in theory, the story, not factual, not proven, right? So here's the thing: we have the central bank of digital currency going into play on the 13th. FedNow bucks are coming into play June, July. But now what you have, and I don't know how many different banking companies are doing this, but reaffirmation of your life insurance and all that shit, okay? So now you have to prove through birth certificate, Social Security, that they're your children. You have to prove through a marriage certificate, and if you're common law, you have to get an affidavit and have it notarized to prove that your spouse is actually your spouse, okay? So for years, you didn't have to prove any of this stuff. Good to see you, man. Yeah, good to see you. Hold on a second here, bro. There we go. You should be good to go. I'm just about done with this, so you're catching the ass end of me doing this. But give me a few more minutes, because I might fucking ramble for another hour. I don't know. What time is it? It's 1, 2. Yeah, I gotta get going here soon. But so yeah, where'd it go? There we are. So, oopsies. So yeah, for years you didn't have to verify that way, that your children, your spouse is your spouse. But now, because of all these new implementations and going digital and social credit and all that other bullshit, here we go. It's just like this last job I worked, okay? So I was supposed to get paid cash for it. The guy goes to get cash out of the ATM. Nope, can't cash out of the ATM. So next day, he goes to the bank. The bank won't give him cash, but they give him checks. So he writes a check to the other guy, he writes a check to me. Now I gotta go get my ID to cash a fucking check. Huh. That bypasses the problem that Prepper One had and a bunch of other people have been having of getting their own money out of their bank. Okay? What's cash for? Who's it going to? What are you doing with it? We can give you a money order because they want to know who's getting the cash. Okay? They want to know where it's going. They want to track all the money, all the transactions. Okay? So don't give him the cash. Make him write a check. Who's going to cash that check? Well, now we know where that cash went. So little things matter. And like I said, I don't know how many banks are like implementing that sort of procedure right now, but I do know that that just happened to me. So yeah, come the first of the fucking year, I'm not going to be having any life insurance, which I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Those left behind, yeah, they might care. But what does it matter? I don't have anything anyways other than myself to offer. So I just think, that's another one of those things that hopefully people see happening and can correlate it and be like, that's not a fucking coincidence. The timing of it, not a coincidence. I don't know. It's how much more and more before the majority finally fucking see. But what happens then, okay? So wake up. You should have been fucking waking up a long time ago. We should have dealt with this shit fucking 2 years ago. But here we are today, still trying to get people to wake up to deal with this stuff today. They do. I think at this point, you've had enough time. It has been to the point to where mainstream media has put doubt in the stories themselves, and people are still refusing to question. So I don't know what you want to call that sort of behavior. I mean, that is willful ignorance. That is complying. Yeah. I mean, how many more stories do we need to see of young children, young adults just fucking dropping dead of heart attacks? Oh, we're gonna call it sad. Yeah, it's very fucking sad, is what it is. That people believe it's sad, but don't know how sad it really is. And this is just the start of it. That's the thing. It's just a start. The people that did pass right away from all this. You know what I mean? Those are the people that passed right away. Those are the people that their body could not take the concoction. It doesn't mean they were weak people, but whatever the concoction is, those were, I don't want to say unique, but unique in the sense that they were different than the rest that took the concoctions. And those that took 2 or 3 concoctions, well, you pretty much fucking solidified it in your veins, literally. Okay, so like with the myocarditis, what is that? Once you get diagnosed with that, the average expectancy is like 5 years, is my understanding. So basically, we're looking at 21 to 26, 27. So we're in 22. We're in the first year of it, pretty much. What's going to happen in the next couple of years? Regardless of whether these people take boosters or not. We don't know. And it hasn't been in people's bodies ever. Ever. In the entire history of the world, nothing has moved this fast with vaccines. That should tell you something. The fact that one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies is using it, using a computer program to determine whether a certain code will work in the human body. I mean, I get that for trying to set a baseline, okay? Yeah, yeah, I was. So you're in Canada, I'm in Montana. Um, I was very disappointed at how many Canadians they say took it. Um, I'm very disappointed how many of United States Americans are reported to have taken it. Um, and look at Ireland. They're fucking 90 some plus percent too. They're like the highest in the world. They're like at 98 or some shit percent of the population that took it. There's no coming back from that. You can stop it, make it worse by not getting any more, but the effects, who knows? Um, but for that many people, you just you fucked up the genetics of over half the world's population. I mean, if we want to talk about RNA, very unstable, but it can change DNA, which DNA is stable. So now you've taken something that we have no idea how stable it is or not, and you put it in half the world's population. What's going to happen when these people that do survive this, the repercussions of it, because it didn't destroy their body, what kind of children, what hybrids are going to come out of this? I don't know. It's kind of scary to think about that, in my opinion, too. What sort of effects, defects are going to happen with the next generation or two? Maybe it doesn't show up for 3 generations. Maybe it hides like mad cow. These are things that people should have been fucking thinking about before they even went and thought about getting a fucking vax or forcing their children to do it. Yeah, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, and I think some of that has to do with the type of sugar, and of course, how active you are, what else you eat, and of course, there's lots of factor in that. But yeah, overall in general, yeah, um, it's just like anything really. If all I do is just drink beer and I don't drink anything else, then yeah, chances are I'm gonna get psoriasis of the liver. Um, but if I moderate it, then I can counterbalance it a little bit. Not to say that I still won't get it, but I may not get it as soon. I may not get it as severe. And yeah, we beat the fuck out of ourselves, man. I've beaten up my body through work and drugs and alcohol and smoking and the food I don't eat and the food I do eat. We beat the shit out of ourselves, and it's amazing how resilient we are. But that doesn't mean we should continue to beat the shit out of ourselves. No, I'm not worried about myself anymore. You know what I mean? Um, if I live 5 years, I live five. If I live another 10, I live 10. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna cherish it. I'm gonna do the best I can to continue to improve my life, hopefully those around me, and try to make a better world um, before I'm gone. Um, and my biggest concern, my biggest fear is my children and their children. Uh, because once I'm gone, if they don't know, then they're going to have a really tough time understanding what's happening to them, and more than likely, because they don't know, they're going to submit, they're going to comply. versus fighting and making things right for all of us, for future generations. We're not going to be able to avoid the technological advancements. I don't think we should try to avoid technological advancements. That's has nothing to do with any of this. We need to regulate them better and monitor them better and study them better to find out what negative effects compared to positive effects there's going to be with using certain technological advancements, i.e., brain cancer from fucking cell phones. As much as cell phones are nice, who knows what damage we're doing to ourselves already with that? Making yourself sterile, causing cancers, who knows? Um, and that's where we have to get back into the real trust the science, not the fake fucking shit, not listen to what we say and what we tell you, but let's actually see some fucking data. Let's talk it, let's discuss it, let's try to reenact it, redo the experiment, because isn't that what science is? You do an experiment and you should be able to repeat it in order for it to be true. But yet we can't get a fucking straight answer out of anything. And here we go. We have gain of function being done in our own fucking United States. You are creating bioweapons in our own United States. 80% kill rate now. Good fucking job, Boston. Anybody mad about that? Anybody protesting that? Anybody speaking out against that and yelling from the fucking rooftops over that? Didn't we just go through this in fucking Wuhan? And didn't we just go through this in fucking Ukraine? And now we got it here in our own fucking United States of Boston? Oh, another marathon bombing. Yeah. That's what that's going to turn out to fucking be. Because we're in a marathon. It's ridiculous.
You done?
Yeah, bud.
Do you think you can move your car for me?
Yeah, how far?
So I can get out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll move it so you can get out.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome, buddy. All right. Well, I'm gonna end the stream. I gotta go move my car. I gotta go help out my mom. Do some winterization stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I just this is stuff we need to talk about, stuff we need to think about. I know it sucks, but I don't know what else to do right now other than to push people enough to get them to talk. We should have taken action long ago, but people aren't ready for action. And when they are, hopefully it's not going to be too fucking late. Yeah, and I think everybody, I know sometimes I don't say it, and if I do say it, it might seem short, but you that are listening right now and converse with me, you guys help keep me going day in and day out. I hope you know that. And that's something that can never be repaid in words, or thought. Just simple fact that we support each other and we listen and we talk and we communicate, and if we disagree, we can work through those agreements and whatnot. But I thank you all for being here and supporting me like that, and being willing to listen and share your opinions and views. And if I see it wrong, call me fucking out on it. I'm not above anybody else. None of us are. So, I guess that's that as far as talking about that. So I just want you to know how grateful I am to have met you, even if it's just through comments and stuff on YouTube here. Yeah, it means a lot. So yes, thank you. Everybody have a good afternoon. I got to go take care of some shit. So peace. Stay strong. Thank you.